Voodoo number 11, written by Joshua Williamson, art by Sammy Basri. Last issue we left off with Voodoo about to get into a big fight with some giant centurion statues, and the rest of the human crew just crash landed on the planet as well. This issue picks up with Voodoo still just dodging all of the blows from the centurions, and she's doing a good job at it, and everyone's cheering her on, but they're like, you do know that to get by them, you do have to defeat them, right? So she's like, oh, yeah, right. All right, I have to beat them. Here I go. And as she's about to, do anything, she suddenly gets that, psychic link with Priscilla. She's like, oh, crap, Priscilla's here? No, that can't happen already. To which she's caught off guard, and the Centurion starts gripping her, squeezing her in its hand. Cut over to the entire crew. All of the Black Razors are fighting off the hordes of Daemonites. The weird evolution Daemonites, while Priscilla's out cold. But she does, as soon as she makes this psychic link with Voodoo, she does wake up, just a little bit, just a tiny bit of oh gosh, what's happening here? So then it's established that there are three folds that need to happen. One, they need to go get Voodoo and take care of that. Two, the ship, when it crashed, damaged the control panel, so they need to go to another ship on this planet and get a new control panel. And three, they need to not die by these hordes of enemies. So immediately, Priscilla kicks into action. She's up and awake and she's ready to go. And they're like, all right, Priscilla, what do you want to do? And she immediately just sprouts some wings, flies off, and says, I'm taking on Voodoo alone. To which Lincoln tells Walker, hey, go after her. Just keep an eye on her. Lincoln and I forget, Skivarla, I believe her name is, are both going to go after the parts for the ship, while Magnus and Flynn are going to fight off the hordes. So everyone's got their thing, and then we cut back to Voodoo, who's being crushed under the shoe of the Centurion. And now she's being laughed at by everyone, just being like, you put up a good fight, good job, all right, let's see you die now. And as she looks back at the crowd standing way far away from the whole fight scene, she's like, there is an easier way to get past these guys. Get their attention off of me. So she just starts sprinting her way towards the rest of the crowd, and all the Daemon Heads are like, wait a minute, hold on, what's she doing? And then the Centurions just start tearing apart all of them. And she uses some camouflage to sneak into the cave. Cut back to Lincoln and Skivarla, who are in the ship. They get their hands on one of the control panels. They're like, all right, cool. Let's get back to the ship and I can put it back together. And they start sprinting back there, and Flynn and Magnus are just like, yeah, no, we're doing fine. We're kicking some alien ass. Everything's totally great. And then they're snuck up from behind, and they are literally torn in half. You can see Magnus's spinal column coming out of his helmet. It is very gruesome. So Lincoln's like, okay, well, guess we got to rely on Priscilla now. So then we see what Priscilla's up to. She's making her way over towards where the cave was, and when they get there, they see the Centurions have just finished killing the rest of the Daemonites, and the only one that survived was the leader guy, who comes up behind the pair of them and is like, hey, you had them attack us, we're totally going to kill you now. And he's like, wait a minute, you're not Voodoo, you smell like her. Who are you? Why do you look the same? Did you come from Hellspawn? And she's like, no, we didn't come. Walker jumps in, actually, yes, we did come from Hellspawn. And then he quotes Ghostbusters of, if you asks you if you're a god, you say yes, to which Priscilla doesn't get the reference. But basically, they ask, yes, we were sent here by Hellspawn to assist Voodoo. Can you point us where she went? And he's like, yeah, she went to that cave over there. You could probably just get in there, no problem. So we follow in Voodoo into the cave, and she's making her way down. She sees a whole bunch of statues of Daemonites, and then finally, as she gets to the end, she sees this very large statue holding what appears to be a sword that's giving off a blue electrical flame thing. And as she goes to touch it, it shocks her, and she's like, oh my god, there's so much power here. This could kill literally all the metahumans. This is what Hellspawn wants, to destroy all them. And before she can get her hands on it, Priscilla steps in the cave and says, oh, don't get too excited, bitch. That's an exact quote, by the way. And then it's like, all right, this ends here. No more running. Bring it. So, next issue, fight scene. I like it. I really do. I think I like how they were teasing that thing of Priscilla and Voodoo look identical, and they were going to have to fight this big guy in order to get past. But he's like, wait a minute, no, you're not her. All right, move on. I don't know. that character was introduced last issue, and he's done more to endear me than like any of the Black Razors did at all. So I'm down for it. I really do enjoy it. Mind you, I can't remember his name. I think it's like Molestone or something. As for the Black Razors, like I said, didn't really endear me, but by God, were those deaths gruesome. They were something else. I can't really point out specifically what I do like about this issue. The art is fantastic. Sammy Basri does a great job in all of this here. Like, I genuinely don't have any complaints about it. It's just an overall good time. It's just a fun, like, it's just a spacefaring. The only problem I have with it really is Hellspawn being involved. But honestly, he's just kind of this background noise. He's not a focus. So, yeah, no, I'm just enjoying Voodoo in general. It's a shame. I think this ends in 2 issues. We're going to get 12 and a 0 issue. So I hope we can stick the landing. I hope it leaves it open to at least something interesting, but we will see when that comes. For now, this issue gets itself I give it a 7.5. I really, really do enjoy this. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to the next issue.